The Trump effect continues on, and we get to enjoy yet another W in the culture war. And I just have a very important question for you guys today. Are you tired of all of the winning yet? I hope not, because we have a lot more victories yet to come. We are indeed winning in the culture war, and this has a lot of people in Hollywood going absolutely insane, including this actor who is having a complete and total meltdown after Disney did the unthinkable thing by rejecting woke nonsense in an upcoming project coming from Pixar, where they were going to have this trans story in this series, okay? And this was, of course, something that a lot of parents were very outraged about because, well, it is something that is targeted to kids. And of course, this is something that Disney has been pushing for a while, where they want to continue to indoctrinate and push all sorts of crazy agendas. And every parent out there who stood up against this nonsense, against all of the crap that Disney has been doing for the past few years, deserves a round of applause for continuing to resist, continuing to stand up against the nonsense that Disney continues to try to push on your families. So let's get into all this and see what is going on in this crazy story today. It's learned that Disney has dumped a trans storyline that was originally a part of the Pixar Win or Lose animated series set for Disney+. The trades report that while the character still remains in the show, Disney has eliminated a few lines of dialogue from an episode that set up and reference a character's gender identity. And of course, this is something that Disney has been doing for a long time, but like I said, we are now in the era of the Trump effect, where people are starting to realize, especially studios in Hollywood, that they can't continue to push this type of nonsense. And Disney themselves even admit that this is indeed the case. So this is what Disney had to say as a statement to them pulling this content. When it comes to animated content for a younger audience, we recognize that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline. And it's interesting how once their bank accounts take a hit, they suddenly recognize the rights of parents over their children. This whole thing is absolutely insane. We should not be praising Disney for doing this, okay? That is not what this video is about. It is not about praising Disney for doing the right thing and all this type of crap, okay? Because Disney, of course, is still the same malicious studio, the same studio that wants to continue to indoctrinate your kids. That is what their agenda is all about. So Disney does not deserve any accolades for this whatsoever. And now we have the actor who is playing this trans character in this Pixar project, who is now speaking out, okay? And well, they are very disheartened. They're so disheartened that the world isn't pandering to them anymore. So we're gonna get into this and see what this person, Chanel Stewart, has to say. I was exactly what they wanted to a T. Interesting. It shows you that this is indeed something that Disney wanted. This is something that Pixar wanted. And that's why it felt so right. It felt just so right. OMG, it was crazy the now 18-year-old recalls. I wore it as a badge. I wore it with pride. I wore it with honor because it meant so much to me. The thought of authentically portraying a trans teenage girl made me really happy. I wanted to make this for trans kids like me. So you see what's going on here. Like I said, the main point of this video is to show that we are indeed the ones who are winning in the culture war, that parents are speaking up, and that studios like Disney cannot continue to ignore the voices of the outraged parents out there. And this person added to this whole thing, I was very disheartened. From the moment I got the script, I was excited to share my journey to help empower other trans youth. I knew this would be a very important conversation. Trans stories matter, and they deserve to be heard. Oh my gosh. It's just that my character would now be a cis girl, a straight cis girl, says Chanel Stewart. So yeah, that's all they really told me, and that I was still a part of the show. I'm sure there's probably going to be a lot of outrage coming from the alphabet community towards Disney for doing this. But now, unfortunately, Disney has now kind of put themselves between a rock and a hard place, because now they have everyone mad at them. Because they tried to pander in one direction, and that didn't work. work, and now they're realizing that just pandering to those types of people is never a win-win situation. Once again, it's crazy that Disney's actually doing this, but we shouldn't be praising them for this, because this isn't anything about them having actual convictions that are leading them in this direction of wanting to do the right thing and give rights back to the parents and all that type of stuff. That's not what this is about whatsoever with Disney. It is all about them realizing that they are falling apart, they are collapsing as a studio, and they need to try to do something to make up for that. I have no forgiveness in my heart for Disney whatsoever. So that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.